You know something I've been thinking about lately? The curious relationship between our possessions and our happiness. Isn't it interesting how somewhere along life's journey, we discover that having more things doesn't necessarily translate to having more joy? In fact, those unused gadgets gathering dust, those decorations we haven't displayed in years, that extra furniture taking up precious space, and goodness, those shoes we keep promising ourselves we'll wear someday, they often become burdens rather than blessings. That's why today, I want to share with you 22 things many of us still spend our hard-earned money on after 60 that, truth be told, we might be better off without. But here's my promise to you. We'll approach this conversation with kindness and understanding, not guilt or judgment. And we'll sprinkle in some good humor, because learning while laughing is one of life's sweetest pleasures. So go ahead, pour yourself a nice cup of tea or coffee, settle into your favorite chair, and let's talk about those everyday purchases that might be quietly draining not just your wallet, but your space and perhaps even your peace of mind. By the time we're done, you might just feel a little lighter in more ways than one. 1. The infamous avocado slicer. Let's begin with what might be the poster child of unnecessary kitchen gadgets, the avocado slicer. Now, I'm not pointing fingers. I've fallen for its charms myself. The packaging practically promises that this little contraption will transform your kitchen experience, and maybe even your entire life. But let's pause and ask ourselves, how many avocados are we really preparing each week? And hasn't that trusty kitchen knife been doing a perfectly fine job all along? Most of us bought this gadget with the best intentions, used it once or twice, and now it's hibernating in the back of a drawer, keeping company with the apple corer and that garlic roller we couldn't resist. The truth is, we don't need a separate tool for every fruit and vegetable in our kitchen. A good, sharp knife is like an old friend, reliable, versatile, and always there when you need it. It can handle everything from tomatoes to pineapples and yes, even avocados, without requiring a degree in gadgetry. Simplify your tools, unclutter your drawers, and your hands, perhaps not as nimble as they once were, will thank you. 2. Furniture nobody actually uses. Now let's talk about that chair in the corner. You know the one. Nobody has actually sat in it since your grandson was in elementary school. Perhaps it matched your rug beautifully 20 years ago, or maybe it was handed down from your dear Aunt Margaret, and you felt too guilty to decline it. Whatever its story, that chair and other unused furniture pieces are taking up valuable space in your home. And at our age, wide-open spaces aren't just about aesthetics, they're about safety and mobility. The fewer obstacles we have to navigate around, the fewer dust-collecting surfaces we need to maintain, the better. That decorative table that's become a magazine repository, the wobbly bookshelf that makes you nervous every time the grandkids visit, or that bench by the window that seemed like a good idea at the time. Ask yourself honestly, are these pieces supporting your life as it is now? Keep the furniture that serves your current needs, comfortable, sturdy, and practical. Everything else? It might be time to let it find a new home where it will be appreciated and used. Your living space will feel more open, your cleaning routine will become simpler, and you'll significantly reduce your risk of stubbing a toe in the middle of the night. 3. Flimsy cookware that disappoints. We've all been tempted by that shiny frying pan at the discount store with the bright sticker, only to discover 3 months later that eggs stick to it like they're holding on for dear life. Cheap cookware might feel like a bargain when you're standing in the checkout line, but it often becomes a frustration rather than a value. Handles loosen, bottoms warp, coatings peel, and suddenly preparing a simple meal feels like you're wrestling with your equipment. Is that really how we want to spend our precious kitchen time? The wiser approach. Invest in just a few high-quality pieces that will last. A good stainless steel skillet, a reliable saucepan, perhaps a cast-iron pan if your wrists can handle the weight. These stalwart kitchen companions will serve you faithfully for years, even decades, making cooking a pleasure rather than a chore. You don't need a 16-piece set with lids that never seem to match. Just a few dependable tools that perform consistently every time you use them. Quality cookware works hard so you don't have to. And isn't that something we can all appreciate at this stage of life? 4. Books we'll never read again. Now, as a lifelong reader, this next one is close to my heart. Books are wonderful treasures, windows to other worlds and repositories of knowledge. But let me ask you this. How many books on your shelves have you actually opened in the past 5 years? If you're anything like me, you've been telling yourself, I'll get back to that one someday. Yet somehow that day never arrives. Meanwhile, those shelves get heavier, harder to reach, more challenging to dust, and increasingly packed with each passing year. Consider keeping only the books that truly speak to your heart, the ones that made you laugh out loud, brought tears to your eyes, or changed how you see the world. The rest? They could bring joy to others at your local library, retirement community, or community center. And if you still love reading but want to lighten your physical load, e-readers and tablets offer a wonderful alternative. You can adjust the font size to be kinder to your eyes, carry hundreds of books without lifting more than a few ounces, and never worry about dusting a digital bookshelf. It's not about giving up on reading. It's about making reading work better for where you are in life now. 5. Seasonal kitchen towels. Those kitchen towels with little pumpkins for October, snowflakes for December, and pastel bunnies for Easter. They're undeniably charming in the store. But if we're being honest with ourselves, they're considerably less charming after a few washes when the colors fade and the edges fray. These seasonal kitchen linens seem like such a small purchase, but over the years, they accumulate into drawers full of barely used, not quite right towels that spend most of their existence in storage, waiting for their 2 weeks of glory each year. Instead of collecting holiday-themed towels for every occasion on the calendar, what if we invested in a few high-quality, absorbent towels that work well year-round? A set of good cotton or linen towels in neutral colors that match your kitchen will serve you faithfully through all seasons. If you still crave that festive touch, consider a small table runner that's easier to store, or simply a bowl of seasonal fruit or flowers. Your drawers will have room to breathe, your laundry routine will be simplified, and you'll save money in the long run. A win all around. 6. Clothes that no longer fit. We all have that section in our closet. The clothes that used to fit us, the ones we hope might fit again someday, and the impulse purchases we grabbed because they were on sale and might come in handy at some point. But let's have an honest heart-to-heart. If something hasn't fit comfortably in 5 years, it's probably not going to magically fit next week. And even if by some miracle it did, would the style still be something you'd actually want to wear? Life after 60 isn't about squeezing into the past. It's about embracing comfortable, confidence-boosting clothes that make us feel good in the bodies we have right now. Our bodies have carried us through decades of living, and they deserve to be dressed with care and respect. Take a fresh look at your closet. Keep what fits well, what feels good against your skin, and what makes you smile when you put it on. Everything else? Someone out there could really use those items, and you'll gain not just physical space but mental clarity too. Plus, you might rediscover some forgotten treasures once you clear away what's no longer serving you. 7. Duplicate appliances. Somehow, over the years, many of us have become collectors of backup appliances. An extra coffee maker, just in case the first one fails. 2 toasters because one was on sale. A blender and a smoothie maker, even though they essentially perform the same function. Before we know it, our kitchens have more machinery than the local diner, but significantly less counter space. The truth? Most of us regularly use just 3 or 4 appliances, while the rest gather dust and take up valuable real estate that could be used for things we actually reach for daily. Consider letting go of the duplicates. Keep the one that works best, the one with the features you actually use, the one that doesn't require an engineering degree to operate. If something does eventually wear out, borrowing from a neighbor or ordering a replacement takes far less time than trying to remember where you stored that backup coffee maker from 2012. Your kitchen should work for you, not the other way around. And a less cluttered cooking space makes preparing meals more enjoyable, which might even inspire you to cook more often. 8. Complicated electronics. Remember when television sets had simple on-off buttons and maybe a dial to change channels? Now we need 3 remote controls, a smart assistant, and sometimes a grandchild just to watch the evening news. Technology companies seem determined to make things increasingly complex, but at our age, we've earned the right to prioritize simplicity and ease of use. You don't need a refrigerator that sends text messages when you're low on milk or a vacuum cleaner that maps your living room like it's preparing for a lunar landing. What most of us truly want is technology that works reliably with minimal fuss. A phone that makes clear calls. A television you can turn on without a 15-step process. A tablet that lets you read comfortably or video chat with faraway family members. If an electronic device causes more frustration than convenience, it might be time to reconsider its place in your home. Let the younger generations chase every latest update and feature. You've got better things to do, like actually living your life without fighting with your appliances. 9. Bottled water. Here's something that always makes me chuckle. Many of us pay good money for bottled water, even though we already pay a monthly water bill. It's a bit like buying canned air when you live in the countryside. Yes, bottled water is convenient for certain situations, but as a daily habit, it's expensive, creates unnecessary plastic waste, and those bottles have a knack for multiplying on countertops and in car cup holders. A quality reusable water bottle costs just a few dollars and will serve you faithfully for years. Fill it at home, refill it while you're out, and you'll save hundreds of dollars annually while reducing your environmental footprint. Concerned about taste or quality? A simple water filter can address those concerns for a fraction of what you'd spend on bottled water over time. Staying hydrated is important for our health at any age, but it needn't require cases of plastic bottles taking up space in your pantry. 10. Too many decorative pillows. Let's revisit those decorative pillows. The ones that transform your bed or sofa into what looks like a small, soft mountain range. You know the routine, removing 10 pillows every night just to sleep, then carefully arranging them again each morning as if preparing for a home decor magazine photo shoot. They do look lovely for about 5 minutes. Then they become obstacles to actually using your furniture for its intended purpose. Decorative pillows are like guests who overstay their welcome. Initially charming but increasingly inconvenient as time passes. Consider keeping just enough pillows for genuine comfort, and perhaps 1 or 2 for a touch of style or color. If you're spending more time managing pillows than relaxing, it might be time to simplify. Your back will thank you for not having to move them constantly, and your seating areas will become more inviting for actual sitting. Remember, your home should serve you, not the other way around. And at this stage of life, ease of use often trumps elaborate decoration. 11. Storage containers for things you don't need. Now for a candid conversation about storage containers. Those bins, baskets, drawer dividers, and stackable boxes that promise to transform chaos into order. The irony? They often end up storing things we should have parted with long ago. That collection of mismatched Tupperware lids. The holiday napkin rings you use once a year if you remember. Those extension cords from the 1990s that you're certain will come in handy someday. Each stored in its own dedicated container, taking up valuable space in closets and cabinets. Here's a perspective shift. Genuine organization doesn't start with buying more containers. It begins with letting go of what no longer serves a purpose in your life. The more storage solutions we purchase, the more we subconsciously give ourselves permission to keep accumulating things we don't actually need or use. Before heading to the store for another set of bins, ask yourself this important question. Do I really need to store these items, or am I just reluctant to let them go? The answer might surprise you, and your home will benefit from the honest reflection. 12. Holiday party supplies used once a year. The holiday aisle at stores can be irresistible. Festive paper plates with reindeer, napkins that say give thanks, plastic cups adorned with snowmen. They seem like such fun in the moment, but come February, they're stuffed in the back of a cabinet, forgotten until next year, if remembered at all. Many of these items get used once, if that, before being relegated to storage, where they take up space and often get crushed, faded, or outdated before their next potential use. Meanwhile, your kitchen cabinets grow more cramped with each passing season. Consider embracing a simpler approach. Invest in one set of versatile, good-quality dishes and cloth napkins that work year-round. When holidays arrive, add festive touches through centerpieces, a special tablecloth, or even a vase of seasonal flowers. This approach not only saves space and money, but also creates less waste. And isn't there something deeply satisfying about setting a beautiful table with items you use and enjoy regularly, rather than disposable themed products that briefly appear before heading to the landfill? 13. Overly complex electronic gadgets. You know those devices that arrive with instruction manuals thicker than your favorite novel? The ones with countless buttons, multiple menus, and features you'll never use? Whether it's a microwave that connects to your Wi-Fi or a universal remote that requires programming expertise, these high-tech marvels often promise convenience but deliver confusion. At some point, we must ask ourselves, do we really need a coffee maker with 27 settings when we make the same cup of coffee every morning? Do we need a phone that can track our sleep patterns, or would we rather just sleep? When it comes to technology in our golden years, simpler is usually better. Look for devices with clear, easy-to-read displays, straightforward controls, and only the functions you'll actually use. If you find yourself constantly asking for help with a gadget or avoiding using it altogether because it's too complicated, that's a sign it might not be the right fit for your life. Technology should serve as a helpful tool, not a source of frustration or a reminder of changing times. Choose devices that make your day easier, not those that make you feel inadequate or confused. 14. Overpriced greeting cards. Remember when greeting cards were simple expressions of thoughtfulness? Now they're often elaborate productions costing $6 or more, complete with glitter that falls everywhere, battery-powered music, or even small screens playing videos. Yet most of these cards, despite their hefty price tags, end up in the recycling bin within days of being received. Their messages, while lovely, are rarely remembered longer than the brief moment they're read. If you want to share meaningful sentiments with loved ones, consider alternatives that might carry more personal significance. A handwritten note on quality stationery, a thoughtful email that can be saved forever, or best of all, a phone call where they can hear the warmth in your voice. These alternatives not only save money, but often create more lasting connections. After all, it's your words and thoughts that matter, not mass-produced verses from strangers at greeting card companies. And if you do enjoy selecting cards, consider buying them in bulk when they're on sale rather than paying premium prices for last-minute purchases. 15. Excessive throw pillows. Yes, we're circling back to decorative pillows because they're such notorious space takers. What often starts as 1 or 2 accent pillows to brighten up a sofa can mysteriously multiply until you're removing half a dozen just to find a place to sit down. Beyond the inconvenience, many decorative pillows aren't even comfortable. Some are overstuffed, pushing you forward like an uncomfortable office chair. Others have sequins, beading, or fringe that scratch your skin or catch on your clothing. They look pretty in theory, but serve no practical purpose in reality. Rather than collecting pillows like they're going out of style, choose 2 or 3 that are both attractive and comfortable. Look for covers that can be removed and washed easily, and inserts that provide genuine support rather than just decorative fluff. Your living room should be a place of relaxation and ease, not somewhere that requires a pillow removal ritual, just so you can sit down to watch your favorite program. 16. Unused exercise equipment. We all start with good intentions. You see that treadmill on sale after the holidays and think, this is it, the key to staying active year-round. Then Monday comes, and you drape a towel over it. By Wednesday, it's holding a jacket. Within a month, it has transformed into the world's most expensive clothes rack. Home exercise equipment often occupies significant physical space while also carrying emotional weight. Each time you walk past that unused elliptical or stationary bike, it silently reminds you of goals not met and money not well spent. The truth about staying active after 60 is that it doesn't require expensive machinery. A comfortable pair of walking shoes, a few light hand weights, resistance bands, or even a sturdy chair for balance exercises can provide everything you need for functional fitness. Remember, we're not training for Olympic competitions. We're maintaining strength for everyday activities like rising from chairs, reaching cabinets, and maintaining balance. If your exercise equipment has become furniture for your clothes rather than a tool for your health, consider finding it a new home with someone who will actually use it. Meanwhile, perhaps take a walk outside in the fresh air. It's free, requires no assembly, and never needs maintenance or repairs. 17. Kitchen gadget overload. Let's peek into that lower kitchen cabinet. Yes, the one that's slightly challenging to reach. How many different blending devices do you see? A full-size blender, a food processor, a mini chopper, a smoothie maker, and perhaps something advertised on television that promised to revolutionize your cooking experience? Many of us have fallen into the trap of believing we need a specialized appliance for every culinary task. But when was the last time you used all 14 settings on your multi-cooker? Have you ever actually made frozen yogurt in that ice cream machine you bought 5 summers ago? Most home cooks, especially those of us who have been preparing meals for decades, have a handful of recipes and techniques we return to regularly. We don't need restaurant-grade equipment or gadgets with highly specific functions that get used once a year, if that. Choose the appliances that truly support your cooking style and dietary preferences. Let go of the rest. Your kitchen will feel more spacious, your cleanup routine will be simpler, and you'll eliminate one more source of cord-related confusion from your life. 18. Trendy tech accessories. You've got your smartphone or tablet, a significant investment in itself. Then come the accessories, the glittery case, the wireless charger shaped like your favorite animal, the tiny Bluetooth speaker that promises immersive sound from something the size of a salt shaker. Tech accessories are the modern equivalent of impulse buys at the checkout counter. Tempting, often inexpensive individually, but collectively a drain on resources. They tend to break easily, go out of style quickly, or become incompatible when you upgrade your main device. Ask yourself some practical questions. Do you really need a phone stand that lights up in multiple colors? Will that novelty case protect your device if you accidentally drop it? Is that clip-on phone fan something you'll use more than once? Instead, invest in one sturdy protective case, a reliable charger, and perhaps a good pair of headphones if you enjoy music or need privacy for calls. Look for quality over novelty, durability over trendiness. Your devices deserve protection that works, not just looks cute for a week. And if you're tempted by something that seems fun or innovative, give yourself a 24-hour waiting period. If you still want it tomorrow and can clearly envision how it will improve your daily routine, then consider the purchase. Otherwise, save your money for something more meaningful. 19. Bulk groceries you can't finish. Warehouse stores have convinced many of us that buying in massive quantities is always the smart financial choice. But for those of us living alone or with just one other person, that 10-pound bag of rice might as well be a lifetime supply. That industrial-sized jar of peanut butter becomes a shelf-hogging commitment. That multi-pack of canned soup seems like a good idea until you realize you're still working through it 6 months later and have grown thoroughly tired of the flavor. As we age, our appetites and eating habits often change. We may not consume food at the same rate we did when raising families. Our storage space might be more limited, especially if we've downsized. And frankly, our taste preferences and dietary needs evolve too. Buying smaller portions, even if the per unit price is slightly higher, often makes more sense. Food stays fresher, you waste less, and you maintain the flexibility to try different items rather than being committed to the same giant container of oatmeal for months on end. Shopping more frequently with intention helps you stay connected to what you actually need and want in the moment. And yes, it's perfectly acceptable to walk past those enormous bulk packages. You're shopping for your current household, not stocking a fallout shelter. 20. Too many specialized cleaning products. Take a peek under your kitchen sink or in your cleaning supply closet. Chances are you'll find a specialized cleaner for virtually every surface in your home. Glass cleaner, granite cleaner, stainless steel polish, bathroom disinfectant, shower spray, furniture polish. The list goes on. Companies excel at convincing us we need a different product for every surface, but this approach complicates what should be a straightforward task. Cleaning shouldn't require memorizing which colored bottle goes with which surface, especially when many of these specialized products contain similar ingredients with different scents and packaging. For most household cleaning, you can simplify down to just a few multi-purpose products. A good all-purpose cleaner, white vinegar, baking soda, and perhaps a gentle disinfectant will handle the vast majority of cleaning tasks effectively. Add a few quality microfiber cloths, and you've got a complete cleaning arsenal that fits in a single caddy. This approach saves money, reduces cabinet clutter, simplifies your cleaning routine, and eliminates the need to decipher tiny print on labels to figure out whether Mountain Fresh Breeze is meant for your countertop or your shower door. Simplify your supplies, and you simplify your life. 21. Impractical seasonal footwear. Let's talk about those shoes tucked away in the back of your closet, the ones that only make an appearance for special occasions. The sparkly holiday flats that hurt your feet after 20 minutes. The summer sandals with zero arch support. The winter boots that weigh as much as small dumbbells. They might have seemed stylish or practical when you bought them, but now they're just taking up valuable closet space while offering little in return. As we've matured, we've earned the right to prioritize comfort and function over fashion trends that change with the seasons. Rather than maintaining a collection of rarely worn, season-specific shoes, consider investing in 2 or 3 high-quality pairs that work year-round with most of your wardrobe. A comfortable walking shoe with good support, a nice slip-on loafer or flat that can be dressed up or down, and perhaps a well-insulated, waterproof boot if you live in a region with severe winters. If you want to add seasonal touches, consider accessories like warm socks in winter or colorful shoelaces in spring. Your feet will thank you for the consistent support, your closet will gain breathing room, and getting dressed will become simpler without sacrificing style. 22. Fancy cookbooks you never use. Cookbooks are wonderful to look at, glossy pages filled with perfectly styled food and exotic ingredients. But let's be honest, most of us have perhaps 5 to 10 recipes we make regularly, and few of those came from elaborate cookbooks. Those beautiful volumes often require ingredients we don't stock, equipment we don't own, and techniques we don't care to master at this stage of life. They become kitchen decor rather than practical resources, expensive, heavy decor that collects dust and takes up valuable shelf space. Consider keeping only the cookbooks that truly reflect how you cook now, the ones with dog-eared pages and food stains from actual use. Pass the rest along to someone who might appreciate them more, perhaps a grandchild just setting up their first kitchen or a local community center. If you still enjoy exploring new recipes occasionally, the internet offers endless options that can be searched by ingredients you already have, dietary preferences, or cooking time, without requiring additional storage space. Or create your own recipe collection of true favorites, either handwritten or printed, organized exactly how you prefer. This personalized approach honors your actual cooking style rather than aspirational chef fantasies, and it makes meal preparation more straightforward and enjoyable. Well, my friends, if you've stayed with me through all 22 items, I want to offer my heartfelt thanks. Your time and attention mean the world to me, and the fact that you're still here suggests that perhaps you recognized yourself in some of these scenarios. Maybe you even had a few chuckles, or, "That's exactly what's in my cabinet," moments along the way. And that's precisely what our conversation today has been about. Not criticism or judgment, but gentle awareness and the freedom that comes from honest reflection. Because here's what I've come to believe after all these years. Getting older isn't about winding down. It's about waking up. Waking up to what truly brings us joy, what adds genuine peace to our days, and what we no longer need to carry, physically or emotionally. Whether it's a drawer stuffed with gadgets we never use or the pressure to keep everything, just in case, there's a profound liberation that comes from letting go. And let's be completely honest with ourselves. At this wonderful stage of life, we're not trying to impress anyone with avocado slicers or collections of holiday napkins. We're seeking ease, comfort, and that deep sense of contentment that comes from surroundings that feel truly our own. Our homes should be sanctuaries, places that hold only what supports the life we're actually living now, not the life we used to have or the one we thought we needed to maintain appearances. Every time we release something that no longer serves us, we don't lose a thing, we gain space. Physical space, mental clarity, emotional breathing room. And that, my friends, is truly priceless. This isn't about making dramatic changes overnight. There's no rush, no competition, no deadline. Perhaps today you'll find a new home for that coffee maker you haven't used in years. Maybe tomorrow you'll sort through those holiday decorations. One step, one decision at a time, you create a living space that feels lighter and a daily routine that feels more authentically yours. Remember, you're not alone on this journey. We're a community here at Elders Wise Insight, a growing family of thoughtful, kind, often funny individuals who believe that our later years aren't the end of growth, but rather the beginning of living with greater intention and joy. If today's conversation has given you even a small insight, a moment of recognition, or just the permission to let go of something that's been weighing on you, then I consider our time together well spent. Before you go, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What's one thing you're finally ready to stop buying or let go of? I read every comment and find such wisdom in our shared experiences. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to Elders' Wise Insight, where we regularly discuss real life, genuine wisdom, and finding contentment exactly where we are. Until next time, take gentle care of your space, your heart, and yourself, because my friend, you absolutely deserve that.